Welcome to 0 to 60. Matt McChesney. I am the owner and operator of 60 Football Academy and 60 Equipment. Played at the University of Colorado from 2004. 6 years in the National Football League on both sides of the football.
That was his dream to play for Colorado.
And McChesney grew up in Colorado, always wanted to be a Buffalo, has had a great career.
I'm Matt McChesney. This is 0 to 60. That is Coach Prime. We're at the University of Colorado. Brother, thank you so much. What's happening? Happy Thursday, everybody out there. This is 0 to 60. I'm your host, Matt McChesney. Bailey's on the ones and the twos. Cal from Buffton Prime is going to join us today at about 1:30. We have a lot to talk about, to say the least. One day I'll get a real camera, but that's not fucking today. So eat it, okay, and deal with it. Mixed bag of emotions today, but you know what? Yesterday was so incredible. Signing day is always awesome. The fact that there's two of them is even better because there's more guys signing in February. So a lot of good stuff. Bailey, let's get fucking rolling.
Matt, we're rolling here. 0 to 60 premier show for Colorado Buffaloes football coverage, brought to you by the Believe Network and FanDuel. Matt, how you doing on this fine Thursday? A lot of football to discuss here.
I'm good, man. Went and looked at we're moving facilities in March. Ooh. And went and looked at a bad spot today, bro. Like,
oh, nice.
Just sick. Just fucking sick. So pretty excited about the future of 6-0. No doubt.
That's the shit. That's going to be dope. I can only imagine the possibilities of that. I know it's going to be badass, and I know your kids
we only do things one way, and that's to the fucking floor.
Exactly.
Push the pedal to the floor until you can't go no more.
Exactly. And your
New
kids
dungeon, yes, sir. Opening in March.
Will be the beneficiaries of that for sure. But Matt, let's dive into it. Lots to discuss. Signing day was yesterday. Colorado signs 11 new Buffs here. And Matt, we can kind of dive into these one by one here, but just as a total, Matt, how are you feeling after signing day? How optimistic are you feeling about CU? What are your thoughts?
First of all, the 10, 11 guys signed, or 10 guys? 10, 11? 11 guys, welcome to the family. I hope that you get to, really develop and enjoy your time in Boulder. The high school players on this team last year were the best players. I mean, Merritt won defensive player of the year as a freshman in the Big 12. I mean, not surprising. That guy is an animal. McPherson and Davis Swain and, the young guys on this team, then mixed with Miller and Seaton and them, the high school players are the best players on the team, which makes me almost shudder to think that if these 11 are as good as those 10, why don't we want 30 of them? Why do we have 11 scholarships that are just sitting open last year? I watched USC sign 35 guys. Now, I understand that's a lot, but that's kind of the point, isn't it? And they got the number one class in football. I'm not saying we could do that, but I would expect with Coach Prime and this staff that it would be at least in the top 25.
Sure.
And we're sitting at 70-something in some and 100 and something in others and only 11 commits. I am very excited about the 11 kids. Let me do this first, okay, before we start talking about what needs to be fixed. The 11 individuals that are coming to Boulder are good players. Okay, they're good. There's some good players on the Payne kid from Florida, the big offensive lineman. We've had him on the show before. I think he's going to come again on Monday and come talk to us about signing day and whatnot. He's playing in the semifinal this week.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a really good football player. Committed to Florida State for a long time and flipped. I like some of the skill players they're bringing in. You know, guys that seem gung ho and are all about coming to play for Coach Prime. I just wish we had more of them because we have to replace. I have to guess with 38 seniors leaving, and I would guess another 15 to 20 guys going in the portal. Do the math. That's 60 players that they're going to have to replace in the transfer portal. That is not good. That's not good.
It's concerning.
It's just not good, bro. Like, unless this is what I'm banking on. These 11 guys can come in, hopefully early enrolled, and contribute immediately because you're going to have to. Period. You have to because the numbers. I mean, 60 dudes in the portal. That is so many guys. That's like what they did when they got here. And Shedeur and Travis,
the lesson,
and Shedeur and Travis and Shiloh are not in that mix, so they're not in this transfer portal class. You're not going to get the number one transfer portal class like you did 3 years ago. You're not. You're just not.
Nope.
So when you've got a foundation of players like Merritt, McPherson, Davis Swain, Gibson, Seaton's a high school guy, Miller's a high school guy, the other Miller's a high school guy. I'm pretty sure Slaughter was a high school guy. He's a really good player. I like 13.
He came from
Was Byard a high school guy? Because if they can't figure out how to keep him,
Byard's a sophomore, and then Slaughter came from Tennessee, I believe.
Okay, so but they're both young, right?
Young.
But they weren't high school guys, but they are young. The high school kids that they brought in and the young players are easily the best players on this team. So it makes me wonder if they're going to go young in the transfer portal and just have a young football team they're trying to develop. I'm very eager to see how they attack this and how they actually fill this roster out because I'm not saying they can't do it. They did it the first year. They had the number one transfer portal class, and they had 60 guys in new. And a lot of those guys, maybe they were a little hard on them in the transition because they ran Savion Washington out, and he's with the Chargers. And they ran Jordan Tyson out, and he's first team all Pac-12 and going to be a first-round receiver. They ran Devin Grant out. He had 9 tackles and 3 sacks against us at West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually meeting with him tomorrow about training for the combine because he's from this area and wants to come home. So, there's a lot of guys that were maybe even after that 4-8 season, guys that left that should have maybe been here. The Isaiah Genty kid that from BYU's third team all Big 12 right behind Jordan. He looked good on that offensive line, right? So the evaluation process of the guys that you have and being able to recruit and retain them and build around them is so important right now. And I'm not looking at it like we don't have enough, or I'm not looking at it like these players aren't enough. I'm saying we don't have enough bodies. I'm concerned about the numbers. If we had 11 scholarships last year that we didn't use, okay, and we're losing all these players, and now you've got to go find 60, potentially 60 plus. We're not just saying 60 is the bottom line. They might have to bring in more than that. That is so many guys out of the transfer portal. Like, everybody else is going to the same well, right? This isn't just like the transfer portal just for Colorado. Every other school in the country is going to the same well. So, like, my guy Connor Jones from Palmer Ridge High School, who won a national title at Michigan, is in the transfer portal. He's a big, physical offensive lineman. I don't know if Colorado's going to go after him or not. The recruiting department isn't very responsive. And I understand. I'm very critical, and their feelings are hurt. But you know what? That's the number one reason I don't want guys to go there, because you're so sensitive and your feelings get hurt. I'm trying to send guys to go develop to play in the NFL. This doesn't seem very NFL-like to me. This seems like feelings and emotions are more important than the work and the outcome. So when it's easier to get a sit down with Colorado State and their new staff than it is with my own alma mater, because I'm critical of them and I want them to honor the state. Look, I'm not saying you have to recruit every kid, but to say that all these players, put that list up, homie. Put this up. This is the rivals list from this year. Okay, I've never seen anything like this before. Just go to the first one. Okay, if you're going to tell me that you don't need the number one tight end, you're going to let him go to BYU, and you're going to let the linebacker go to Oregon, and the nose tackle go to Washington. You're going to let Deacon go to Oklahoma. You're going to let
Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, you're going to let and Deacon, we love you. We're going to talk about you in a minute. Torrey Smith, the legacy buff, is the fifth player. He's going to Texas next. And then you're going to let Cannon. Yeah, sorry. We've got another page. Then you're going to let Oliver Miller's big ass, who's a fucking monster. I don't even work with him. He's the other tackle on the other side of Roper. I've been trying to get this kid in the gym forever. Great player. Let him go to Kansas State. I wonder if we're going to play them. We're going to let Bonner go to Michigan. We're going to let Cam Jones go to – where's he going? To UCLA. We're going to let another guy go to Kansas State. We're going to let Cannon Smith go to SC. Remember, Brett Coolidge's from Denver, too. He's also going to SC number one class. Next. Then we're going to let another kid go to Iowa State from Fort Collins. Jaden Fox go to UNLV. Why in the hell is that kid not in Boulder? You're going to let Tripp Skews, who was in my gym for a long time, go to Vandy, 6'7", 300-pounder. Went to Kent Denver, a two-way school, a little bit under-recruited, right? Undervalued, hell of a player. You're going to let Pyatt go to Cal. And there's another page of guys, and none of them are going to see you. None of them are going to CSU either, but I'm not really worried about them right now. So to say that none of these kids can play there is not true. It's not true. And if you're too lazy and complacent to at least go to the high schools and try and recruit them, or come to 6-0 and try and recruit them, or your feelings are too hurt because people want you to honor the state that you reside in, so all these people's families can come see them play. If you had 10 of these kids on your docket and you had 22 kids in this class, and 10 of these 15 or 20 were on your list, if you've got Deacon and Breck and Oliver Miller, and you got Torrey Smith, and then you bag that tight end, the number one player, and he doesn't go to BYU, and then you get, that's 5 of them, and then you get maybe the quarterback out of Legacy, who's like the 19th ranked player, who's a legend, not Legacy, excuse me. He's a stud. And then, you go and put resources into the big nose tackle kid from Creek and don't let him go to Washington. There's 6. And then go get Jaden Fox and say, fuck, man, he tore up Colorado. Why would we let him go to UNLV? Let's give him a chance in Boulder. And there's 8.
Matt, what's stopping them? What's stopping them? Well, at this point, we can go on and on. What is stopping them?
I don't. Is it going to be a major problem
next season?
I'm done. I in the business I'm in, and then that doesn't even count the transfer portal guys that they're not going to look at either.
Right.
They're all from here. They're going to go a variety of different places. I'm presenting them to Nebraska and Wyoming and CSU and shit. CU's not interested. So, look, do you, boys? Do you? The guys in the recruiting department, you can be as intimidated or scared or angry at me as you want. I don't really care. I'm accountable to my clients just like you're accountable to your players.
Matt, what's this about? Because
this is a post from Corey Phillips yesterday that he put up. And then it was erased, by the way. It's not on his Twitter page anymore, which is even more ridiculous. The best in the state stay in the state. Now, the kid they got from Thompson Valley, the offensive lineman, he's a really good prospect.
Mm-hmm.
You need to early enroll him. He needs to get in there, get bigger, stronger, and hopefully he can acclimate to that game. He's a good-looking kid. Okay, I like him. They brought in Zane last year, big tight end. Well, we'll see what they do with him. Hopefully he can develop into a player. I can't, in the role that I play and the job that I have, and all the players I work with who are elite level talents making big time money that should all be in Boulder, I can't put any more emotion into this anymore. The University of Colorado knows who I am. They know where we're at. They know where Coach Logan's at. They know where Coach Sanford's at. They've got allies all over the state, and they don't put the work in their own backyard in any way, shape, or form because they don't think we can play. And as a Colorado guy, I'm offended. And at this point, I can't put any more effort into this. I'm not going to send my guys up there anymore. I'm not going to go anymore. We're not going to talk. I am going to send my guys where they're wanted and valued. The people that pick up the phone and respond, which the Rolodex is so long I can't even start naming them, are going to get first serve at my guys. I'm tired of beating my head against the wall and begging them to the point of being nice, being critical, being angry, slamming shit around, throwing stuff, begging. I mean, fuck, man. They're going to have to deal with me eventually because I represent everybody. If you want to recruit Jackson Roper, you got to go through me. You want to recruit Reese Russell, you got to go through me. You want to recruit my son, you got to go through me. You want to recruit Davis Moon, you got to go through me. Period. You want to recruit Devin West, which, trust me, you do. You want to go through me. You want to recruit Waylon Day, you got to go through me. And the fact that they do it to like appease instead of actually recruit is not going to work. I can see through it. That post alone is the most ass backwards thing I've seen them do because it's not true and people know it, and that's why they took it down, because people are chopping it up, going, well, you can say whatever you want, but the action is actually more reliable. And it's more available too. Everybody can see what happens because social media is a portal to the truth. You can say whatever you want, but what's actually happening is happening in real time. And the prime sexuals can try and defend it all they want. Like, I've seen there's no talent in Colorado anyway. Okay. I mean, if that's the way you want to think, that's cool. Send your best 5 guys from Texas or California to the dungeon, and I'll send them out on a fucking rail, throwing up and wondering why the fuck they want to go in the gym. There's a reason guys don't come to see me, because I'm scary and I push you and I don't give a fuck who you are, and I'm going to get the best out of you or you're going to leave. Some guys don't want to shelf their ego long enough to get better. Period. There's a ton of guys in Colorado and all over the country that follow the gym, but they would never step foot in it. Mm-hmm. You would never dare to come down and potentially fail and get better, because it's all about your image. It's not about whether or not you can play. So if you don't think the guys in my facility can play, okay, you will play against them and you'll watch them go play in the NFL. If you don't think the kids in Colorado have heart and they don't want to stay home and play in front of their family, keep not recruiting them. You can't just throw an offer out because someone else did. Because they're so fucking late to offer first in Colorado. Jackson Roper was 18. Reese Russell was like in the 20s. Yeah, they offered Brett Coolidge first, but that was Mike Sanford in the intern year when Brett was a 14-year-old freshman at Valor. Okay. They didn't offer Deacon first. Like, come on, man. This is not, and this isn't new. This isn't a Coach Prime problem. I've said this in the past many times. This is a Colorado problem, bro. And I know I'm going back in my day, but back in my day, Sonny Lubick and Coach Barnett, Coach Neuheisel, Coach McCartney would never allow this shit. Coach McIntyre wouldn't allow it. He's not going to allow fucking Dave or Nate Salter and fucking Phil Lindsay not to go to fucking Colorado. What?
No.
So look,
I can say.
I understand that there's a lot of money wrapped up in this and CU's broke. I don't understand how that happened. I'm not in the accounting department. But again, it's very similar to the winning and losing. I don't care if we lose. I care how we lose. I don't care if we miss out on the kid, but at least evaluate him correctly and go watch him play and really dig deep on whether or not this kid is a fraud, in your opinion, because he's from Denver or Colorado somewhere, or is he actually a hell of a player that's going to develop into somebody one day and really loves football? Because there's a lot of fucking kids around here like that. Yeah, there are a lot of bankers. Yeah, there are. There are. But there's also a lot of real motherfuckers, and they're not all with me. And you got to dig deep here, bro. I went to Niwot High School, okay? Niwot High School is a 3A hellhole. I love it, but we can't win a game. We don't have a lot of depth. They got a really cool new stadium. Cool. And I love my alma mater. I'm not trying to talk shit, but I mean, go look at the number of Division I football players that have come out of Niwot and the number of pros, and you'll find like 3 Division I players and 1 pro, and you're talking to them. And that's like 50 years of the school. Okay. It's a little pocket on 119 right between Boulder and Longmont. The only reason I even got seen is because I went to a camp, or Big Al was working the camp, and I was working the fuck out of the offensive lineman as a sophomore, and I turned Neuheisel's head and he offered me. So you gotta fucking dig, man.
Gotta turn over rocks, Matt.
You can't, the idea that my senior year that me and Craig Oakes and Sean Tufts and Bobby Purify and Clyde Sorrell, let's see who else was in that class from Colorado. Those were the big ones that Coach Barnett was going to let us leave. Not a shot in fucking hell, dog. Come on, dog. No way. No way. And then on the other hand of it, CSU, when Coach Barnett told Joel Dreesen that we're going to take Quinn Sidnewski from Iowa, and we're not going to take you, which both were pros. You can determine if that was a good move or not. I love Dreesen. I think he's a fucking stud. I love Quinn. He's also a stud. But Sonny Lubick picked up the phone and said, fuck CU. Come to CSU and we'll beat their ass. And he did twice. Yeah. So, this is, I don't understand the disconnect between Colorado. I really don't understand the disconnect with Colorado State. Colorado State should be mopping up guys left and right in this state. Because there's more about
to start
really. I was in the Pac-12. I think Moore is going to fucking really mop up. And look, they took Dakota the other night, signed him, linebacker, huge. They did it the night before. The fucking night before signing day, opportunity comes. So everybody just keep quitting on yourself. Very similar. Everybody remember Chad Muma? Chad Muma went to Legend. The night before fucking signing day, Wyoming offers him. He ends up there, develops, finished second in the Buckus. He would have looked good in black and gold. So, again, this is not a Coach Prime problem. This is not a Corey Phillips problem. This is a Colorado problem. And I don't know why they don't want to fix it. I would love to hear a real answer, but we won't get one. No one's going to ask it other than Brian.
We ain't going to get
no. It's just the press conferences now are a facade. It's all about who's taking blame and the brush off rather than answering questions. And that's fine. That's fine.
Speaking of,
look, I bleed black and gold. I want guys to go to the school. I think they should honor the state. You can't get everybody from Colorado. That's true. But you can't sit here and tell me that Christian McCaffrey can't play, and that Trey McBride can't play, and that Roger Rosengarten can't play, and that fucking Phil Lindsay can't play, and Drake Nugent can't play, and Austin Johnson can't play. And you can't tell me that Jordan Tyson can't play. He was on that roster. And you can't tell me Christian Gonzalez can't play because he was on that roster. And you can't tell me that all these fucking NFL players all over the fucking league, the Gunnar Helm who went to Texas, he can't play. You can't tell me that Trent Ferguson, who plays for the Rams and played at Heritage, he can't play. You can't tell me that. I ain't going to listen to it. You can't tell me all these offensive linemen that we just keep rolling the fuck out can't play. You can't tell me that Aiden McKee can't play. You can't tell me Trey Zoom can't play. You can't tell me that Deacon and Brett can't play. You can't tell me Brody Seat can't play. You don't get to say that shit because it's not fucking true. You can't tell me Cole Taylor can't play. Joe Capra can't play. You can't tell me that Cole LaCrue can't play. Come on, dog. At some point, you just look lazy and entitled, and you won't leave the castle, and you won't go honor the fucking backyard. The easiest place to recruit is where you reside.
But they won't do it, Matt. And
they won't get on their plane to go to California, Texas, or Florida. So why won't you get in your bus? You have a driver. You ain't got to drive the creek. You just get in your Mercedes bus and you have your minions take you wherever you want. Is that not true? He doesn't even ride the bus. He doesn't ride the bus with the team to the fucking game. No, but is that not true? He has a driver, right, and a plane, and we still don't recruit.
We know this, Matt. It's nothing. What's going to change?
I guess my question is, and this is very simple because I have to disconnect from this. If they don't want to recruit the kids, somebody will. I know that because no one goes unplaced. Fucking ridiculous. They all go somewhere. I guess my question is why? Can we get like a legitimate answer on why you think every single one of these kids can't play in Boulder? And if you're actually gonna say, well, we tried to recruit them, dog, I'm sorry, but I've sat in those meetings and I've been there, and no, you don't.
Matt, you're not getting an answer.
There's a total bit like when we go to the recruiting things, okay, they take 2 or 3 guys from Florida and Texas out onto the field, and they put everybody up in the stands. You don't have any access to the coaches. It's like, oh, we're putting up with you so you guys can post and we can prove that we brought some Colorado kids in, but we're not really interested in you. We're not going to talk to any of you. We're not going to actually dig. And then what do I use that for? Leverage to help my guys go other places, because that's what this is. That's what the business is.
Exactly, Matt.
So look, we have a lot to talk about. Cal's in the building, as you know.
So
and I'm gonna shoot.
We're gonna take a commercial. On the other side, stay tuned because we got a lot to talk about. Neely, Matt. Speaking of press conferences, Neely has some interesting things to say about the Sean Myers, Coach Prime, Brian Howell press conference that's causing so much stir. We're gonna discuss that. T-Cal's thoughts on signing day.
You know what a really great way to build a team in the future is in the transfer portal, in the social media area? You want to know?
What, Matt?
It's called throwing people that play for you under the bus publicly. That should make, like, if I'm a great player in the transfer portal, that's what man. If we lose, that's exactly what I want. I want my coach to just be like, hey, hold on real quick while I turn on these blinkers. Beep, 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 right over you.
No, it's a deterrent, Matt. Kalani Sitake stays with BYU. Chris Kleiman retires from K-State, and looks like
Colin Klein's taking over, dog.
Exactly.
How fucking cool is that?
Sweet. We're gonna
Love in
discuss
high school. He couldn't play either. He only finished second in the Heisman, but he can't play either.
No shit. If you guys are watching, subscribe.
I wonder if Kansas State's going to have fucking recruiting routes in Denver. They just took 2 of the top 15.
Oh, jeez. Yes. Don't get me started. Matt, all those watching, pound the like button, subscribe, become a member. We'll be back in 2 minutes with T-Cal, Buffton, Prime. Peace.
Whether it's offensive linemen as they work combos and double teams and also pass, pro, and punch, I think the unique physicality of this is outstanding. So much so that you can use it for your shield on punt team or as you rush in the shield. There's so many different ways that we're using it. We get better a little bit every single day, and I just wanted to say thank you because I hadn't ever thought of this, and when I saw it, it made total sense, and we're doing a great job with it. So thank you, man. Go Big Red. What this has done for us is it's allowed us to, because of the surface area, because of its firm nature, I can still strike against another player and have to use that punch just like you do on a sled. At the same time, have to time my punch because it could move. I can teach defensive linemen how to handle double teams because they can feel pressure. We can simulate contact in a safe environment in non-contact times because of this unique bag.
Welcome down here to the Lab 60 Football Academy, 60 Strength and Fitness. I am your owner and operator, Matt McChesney. I just wanted to let everybody know that 6-0 is now on Cameo. You can go on Cameo and request any tips for training, any offensive line, defensive line tips, recruiting tips. I get so many inquiries in my inbox on a daily basis about tips and can you look at my film and can you do this? Can you break down something for me? I'd love to, all right? It's like the Joker said, my man, right here. If you're good at something, never do it for free. So Cameo is now your bridge to 6-0 Football Academy. Go in, request what you want, tips, suggestions, recruiting, film, and we will make sure that you get the absolute best from the best. So check out 6-0 on Cameo at 6-0 Academy. Cameo, 6-0 Academy. Cameo, 6-0 Academy. Fucking nice. That is awesome. That's fucking fantastic.
You good?
My bad.
Good?
Yeah, really good. I just got more good news. So yeah,
Awesome. All right,
this is a portal to good news. Hey.
Yeah, well, if you guys are watching, pound like one, subscribe, become a member of 0 to 60, or the Dungeon family at 0 to 60, the premier show for Colorado Buffaloes football coverage, brought to you by the Believe Network and FanDuel. Without further ado, we got our special guest in the house. We got the whole crew of the Buffed-In Prime family. Our main man, T-Cal and CT, the fan, joined the show. Fellas, how we doing? Signing day was yesterday. Got 11 new buffs, and we got a lot to talk about. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Appreciate y'all having us on again. And yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about, and let's start with this. What's Neely talking about? Let's be real. I just gotta ask you straight up, because we saw the press conference with Coach Prime, Brian Howell asking a question about Sean Myers. We saw Prime's response, and then he kind of looked up directly at Brian Howell. We thought, right, saying, "Hey, you have you watched this film?" Whatever, laughing, kind of question him. And Brian Howell's a long-time veteran journalist. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean,
Brian Howell wrote about me when I got offered by Colorado in high school. Like,
right?
Been there
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, the comments are unfair. But Neely had some things to say about this, as it's caught some steam on Twitter here. Take a listen, folks.
Reporter a couple weeks ago when he tried to compliment one of the players, he was like, such and such been playing very, very well, right? And Coach Prowse was like, yeah. And he was like, it was like he thought in his head, like, man, I ain't even play.
He looked at me and said, he gonna watch me on do it. He looked at me and said, and said, he gonna watch me on do it.
Seeing something on him that like he's kind of making the most of his opportunity these last few weeks. It's been good. Yeah. Anything else for Coach? Go ahead. You watch no film.
Shit.
Shout out to Colorado fans, the Prime Sexuals that are playing investigator detective. He looked right at Brian Howell. T-Cal, CT the fan, what you got to say to this whole situation?
It's
You're goddamn right. I want my players to get the biggest bag, dummy. Where do you live? In fucking Moscow? Holy shit. All right.
So I'm an observer. I've been in these coaches' rooms. I've been in these meeting rooms throughout my career. I know what's being said. So we were watching that live. We were watching the post-game live, and I had CT rewind it. I said, did he just sneak this Sean Myers? I was like, because it sounds like he's saying, oh, you think he played good because you haven't watched the film of how he's played. So then for Neely and Chico to double down, repost that, laughing about it, you're showing that your head coach is throwing his player under the bus and unwarranted, because Sean Myers has been balling.
Yeah, he balled that game. That was crazy.
Hughes and Martavius French been making plays. That's why I put the film out. Like, I'm not going to let you start this narrative when I actually have the film. Chico and Neely laughing. They don't know what the film's supposed to look like. They don't know a gap where it's supposed to fit. They don't know a spill versus a box. They have no clue on that. So for one, Prime saying that was crazy in general, just like that tweet he did about Nakai Hill-Green that people said, oh, that's not what he meant. He's saying what he means, but as Matt says, the prime sexuals will figure out a way to turn it and say, oh, you can't interpret it that way. Neely and Chico made it very clear that he was laughing at the fact that Brian Howell thought that Sean Myers was playing good.
So let me ask everybody.
That you do in a press conference about your players. That's
amen to that.
Crazy.
Let me ask you this. What's so funny? Like, why is it so funny to Coach? Why is it so funny to Neely? Why is this, and how is this funny? Dog?
After a loss, also.
Yeah.
Not after just
really
loss,
good too.
but 3-9 and just getting obliterated in a lot of games and embarrassed. And then personally, I thought that Sean played pretty damn well when he got on the field. And after talking to the kid, I was like, wow, this guy's a football guy. He really loves ball. Like, I never saw him loaf. I didn't see him like run from contact. He was always physical. He gave a shit. He was only here for a year. And like on the phone, I even apologized to him. Like, I'm sorry that you didn't really get to experience what Colorado football is. And you shouldn't get thrown under the bus like this, bro. Like, I don't understand what is funny about this, guys. How does this help in any way, shape, or form attract 60 guys in the transfer portal? Because that's what they're going to need to bring in to fill a team.
I've heard that number from multiple people.
Crazy.
Multiple people, bro. See, so I'm not crazy, everyone. That is a real number.
Crazy number.
There are names that me and Matt know that we have not said that.
And I never will. I ain't giving up my sources ever.
You guys will see when the portal, right? So right now what's going on is there's a lot of negotiation going on. Colorado's fighting and scraping to try to keep guys because guys are naming their numbers. That's why you haven't seen names enter yet. And Colorado's also telling the guys who aren't coming back. And I know who they've already told are not coming back, and it's guys I do not agree with. Some guys that I think you need, they're saying, nah, you can go play somewhere else. So that will come to fruition very soon. But yeah, nothing should have been funny about that, man. Like it's like a joke. Like I don't understand. Prime honestly needs to stop doing post-game press conferences, and he needs a PR person, like seriously, to be with him. Like you have multiple press conferences where after the game you say, no one could have told me this would happen. Even though I put out scouting reports saying exactly what they're going to do to you. And then he says, we were so well prepared. We practiced great. Then what is it? Like and then he says, I don't know what happened. You can't say, I don't know what happened as the head coach of a college football team. You have to be able to pinpoint, okay, this is what we didn't execute correctly. Not just say we didn't execute. What didn't you execute? Why were you giving up big runs? And none of that ever gets talked about. And transfer players are definitely watching. High school players are watching. Parents are watching. And
agents are watching. Everybody, NFL is watching.
Everybody.
Like, holy hell. Let me ask this question. Well, let me just say something. Knowing you two now, watching your show and having the respect I do for it, and Bailey and I doing this as long as we have. Folks, you have to understand that the last thing we want is to do this repeatedly. The last thing we want is to constantly have to poke holes in what's going on. But we're real football people, and I don't know how to sugarcoat shit and then just sit back and act like it's not happening and glaze everything, because that's not going to make us better. It's going to repeat the same cycle. And the last thing I want to do, the last thing y'all want to do, is sit here and have to consistently talk about the same negative shit over and over and over and over and over again, because it makes it seem like we're haters. But in actuality, if you cannot criticize something, you don't really love it and you don't want to help it. And I know for damn well that you guys work with a bunch of the players behind the scenes and help them. I work with a ton of guys behind the scenes and help them. There's nothing I want more than Colorado to be successful. I know you guys want the same. We don't want to see a downfall. We want to uplift. We're trying to help. And sometimes you have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, maybe the people that are telling me what I don't want to hear are actually the people I need to listen to. Mm-hmm. And look, if you don't need to hire me. You don't need to hire these guys. You don't need to hire anybody. You can just keep doing the same thing you're doing, dock 20% and roll. You can do whatever you want. Or you can go outside the box and go hire people that are going to challenge you. And that's how you're going to get better. And there's nothing wrong with that. Run with what I just said, because I think you agree.
Yeah, CT, you can take it first.
No, I completely agree. I think it should be a complete overhaul of the staff. Get even the 20% cut. I think that Prime needs people that's going to challenge him. It's going to say, hey, like, or you want to put Ron Coleman in? No disrespect to Ron Coleman, but hey, we kind of got momentum here. Maybe this is not the time to change the pace, you know? I just somebody's got to be there. You need somebody to call us checkmate. Hey, this is an idea. I'm thinking, bounce it off somebody, but that's not off of a yes man. And for those guys making fun of, like, why would anybody want to come to your program? You got these two cats on YouTube, you know, making fun of a player that was balling. It makes it even look even more weird, you know, like we get out of here.
I mean, it wasn't just that. We go back to when Prime was on the Kelsey Brothers podcast, and he said,
I remember that. We talked about this.
Yeah. And he said, he told Shedeur, I know you miss me. And Shedeur said, no, I know you miss me. Like, and laughing about it, you're throwing your quarterbacks under the bus. You're saying you don't believe in your quarterbacks. And I'm going to tell y'all something that is people going to clip it. It is what it is. Good. This is real talk. Coach Prime seeks out people who are going to be yes men. It's not a coincidence. Coach Prime was in the media, correct? NFL Network, everything. Coach Prime threw a draft party for Shedeur for the first round of the draft. Todd McShay, Adam Schefter, all those guys said Shedeur has no chance to go to the Giants and probably won't go in the first round before the draft. He has all the connections in the NFL, but he had no clue that his son wasn't getting drafted in the first round because he only talks to those who are going to tell him what he wants to hear. There's no way the greatest corner of all time with all those NFL connections and all these media connections should have been that far out of the loop to where he's throwing a party, assuming his son's getting drafted. Meanwhile, everybody else knows he's not getting drafted. So he has to change his philosophies. He can't push people away because they disagree with him. That's why that situation happened. So for him to grow and move forward, like, people don't understand, if he loses this season, he's fired. Like,
yeah, he is.
Another losing season, he is fired. This transfer portal has the possibility to get real nasty. Like, the names that I've been hearing will be detrimental and going to be hard to come back from. So he has to start putting guys that challenge him in positions. And that's hard. That ego-wise, that's something that for anybody, this is not the easiest thing in the world to have.
No, it's really tough.
So that's something that he's going to have to get comfortable with.
All right, so
let me ask this to Cal. sorry, Matt. I want to go back. I want to go back to this point on Prime. It's not like he hasn't had those people that would tell him right and wrong. He had Sean Lewis, right? It's just, is he going to listen to him at this point? You can't tell me that you didn't see Marshall Faulk pissed off on the sideline. He just got the Southern job. There's no way he can't, there's no way he didn't say to him at one point there before or after, like, what are we doing here? Because it seems like he just isn't listening to anybody but himself. And that's just being honest. But do you think if he brought in, like I brought this up, when Clark Lee down at Vanderbilt hired Jerry Kill, brought in Pavia, right? I think having Jerry Kill, that effect really, is benefit to his benefit. Jerry Kill been coaching a long time, veteran coach to help Clark Lee out, and we see the benefit of that. Do you think if Prime brought in somebody like that, he would listen?
I don't think so. It'd have to be somebody that he really, really respected. It'd have to be like a Saban, which Saban's not going to do that. But it'd have to be somebody that he truly, truly respected. Because I get the feeling that he always feels like he's the smartest in the room. So no matter what, he's in, as the head coach, you're supposed to have the final say. But you're also supposed to have guys that you can trust, because you know that Curt Cignetti, Indiana head coach, and I always have to bring him up because it's a clear comparison. He said, awesome. he just said in the interview recently, he said, I've questioned my offensive coordinator so many times on play calls when he's called it, and almost all of them go for touchdowns. And He's never in the huddles because he says, if I have to be in the huddles, I did not hire the right person. So he's questioning the play calls because there's the offensive coordinator is calling something he doesn't necessarily agree with. He doesn't stop them from calling that play, and they end up being big plays because he has people that are willing to challenge him, that aren't just going to do whatever he wants them to do because they have a job themselves. So that's Prime as a head coach is, for his style, he has to be a CEO. But to be a CEO, you can't micromanage. You have to have guys that can run their sector completely by themselves. And it's not going on because I don't know what's going on with the offense. Pat Shurmur, Bartoloni, the play calling still looks the exact same. And obviously you have to use the same playbook for the most part, but you can throw in a few new plays. Like Matt, I know we talked about it. They haven't ran duo one time in the past.
Not one time, dog.
Not one. Like how are you
as a guard and the 3 technique, I'm offended.
Criminal.
We can't double team one fucking guy all year. All right, I have 2 questions. I'm going to ask them one at a time so I don't talk over myself. Number 1, do we need to get a real general manager in-house? Who is the general manager? Is it Curtis? Because Curtis can't be the general manager. No offense to Curtis, but shit.
Who is it?
I found out last year. I didn't know manager.
Yeah, they have a GM. I can't think of his name.
I can't remember who it is either. But
some players weren't happy with how much he was involved on the sideline. But yeah, from what I've heard, they need a true GM.
A true GM. Yeah.
Balance.
Okay.
If you ask me.
Second question. They signed 11 high school kids today. Okay, I understand college football different. USC signed 35. Oklahoma signed like 33. I understand their programs are different. I think that's a cop-out, but I understand. The best players on this team last year are all high school guys. Seton's high school, Juju's high school,
David
Miller's
Kelly.
high school.
That's what it is. David Kelly.
Yeah, David Kelly. Bro, the fact that I don't know that and I represent so many people is not good. Because I damn sure know who Jim Nagy is. I damn sure know what's going on down in Alabama and shit. So, that's just 2 of them. Corny Morgan's a bad dude. He's all about that business. So they signed 11 high school kids. The best players on this team are from high school, from Davis Swain to Merritt, who's the defensive rookie of the year. And God, please keep him. And McPherson and they just Gibson's a baby and Seton's a high school kid. All their best players are high school guys, yet they have 11 signees. They lost 5 commits, and they didn't sign one top 20 player in the entire state of Colorado. And those players are going to BYU, Kansas State, UCLA, Washington, Oklahoma, USC. Brett Coolidge from Denver, one of my guys, also going to SC, Texas, UCLA, Michigan. They're not even on this list yet. They put out a graphic saying the best players in the state stay in the state and then erased it. Holy shit. What am I missing here, guys? Why is it that they can't see that the talent on their team is the best players are all from high school? Travis was a high school kid. Shador was a high school kid. Shiloh, he was a high school kid even. He went to South Carolina, I know, but shit. I mean, why? What am I missing, gentlemen?
You can change the philosophy. He's got to go out and recruit. You got to value that. I mean, like you said, London Merritt, I can't imagine him not playing at the next level. I mean, the kid was phenomenal.
He's a stud, bro.
I mean, facts. And I just think that goes back to Prime's philosophy. Like you gotta do it. Like you can show up into a person's house and be like, hey, Coach Prime here. Like, oh,
you'll bag every kid in the world. Dave Logan played at CU. He runs Cherry Creek. They've won 5 straight state titles. They just put out dudes like clockwork. Walk into Cherry. You got a bus and a driver, dog. Walk into Cherry Creek. Mike Sanford was the intern coach there. He's at Valor. They're putting out players like crazy. Walk into Valor. I don't know. Come to 6-0. Walk into 6-0. See if we can get you some players. I don't get it, and I'm starting to not care anymore. And when I don't care, that's bad. That is fucking bad.
I think that's really a microcosm of the bigger thing. And I was talking last night in Spaces. People talked about you being hired by Colorado. And I had heard a bunch of different things about you before, and so I
interviewed last year. They didn't go so well.
on you being there. But the more I get to know you and talk to you, they don't have pride in being a Buffalo. It goes back to the fight song. It goes back to kids. Like, if you grow up in a city, you dream of going to that college. They don't have people that have just grown up wanting to wear black and gold. And that's the stuff that builds the culture and builds the importance. I know fight song and stuff sounds stupid to y'all that haven't played college football, haven't been around it. It means something. So if we're not recruiting kids from the state that really just want to be a Colorado Buffalo, you're not keeping the traditions. It doesn't seem like they have the alumni there consistent. I saw some coaches just said, hey, all former players, we need y'all back. Like, we need y'all around. So there's no culture being built. And it's ironic because when Prime first got there, he said, what is culture? Like, when somebody asked him, he said, that's what culture is. When people want to bleed black and gold, when they grow up wanting to play for that team, when they have pride in their team, they have pride in the fight song, they have pride in everything that embodies Colorado. And that isn't happening. Like, it's kids just coming in and out. They're coming to play for Coach Prime. Unfortunately, a lot of them are having bad experiences and then bouncing. And I'm not making up the bad. The players I've never reached out to. This is why I had to tweet the other day. CT done reached out to some players. I ain't reached out to no players. I ain't never asked them to come on the show. They reach out to me and tell me stuff that's going on. So all of it is the high school thing's just a microcosm of it in general. And there's not a culture of pride in wanting to be a Colorado Buffalo. And it starts with Prime. Prime has to embody it. Prime has to take pride in the program as a whole and not just Prime.
Can they fix it?
Yes. Will they? They won't. They won't.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, it starts with Prime, and he has to change his philosophies. He's not going to. He's been able to do everything his way his entire life, and it's worked for the vast majority. He's not changing now. If he does, I would love for him to prove me wrong. That means the program would be going in the right direction, but I honestly don't see it occurring.
Man, we'll split the crow, bro. We'll chop it up. I'll give you a wing, give you a leg. You can have a leg. I'll have a wing. I'd love to eat that crow. Yeah. All right. So, okay, let's shine a positive light on this a little bit. The 11 players that they signed, you know, I like the Payne kid, the big tackle out of Florida. I think he can play. You know, they got some good skill players in the group. I like the offensive lineman from Thompson Valley they brought in from up north here in Colorado. He's an under the radar kind of kid that can really develop if, of course, they decide to develop him. What'd you think about, you know, just it's not all bad, that's for damn sure. What'd you think about some of the guys that they brought in?
We haven't watched the high school guys yet. Until they sign, we don't, because they jump back and forth. So we haven't watched any of them yet. Really, I think I'd say, without going back and looking, I think they have a higher success rate at high school kids than the transfer portal.
100%.
Yeah, so I do trust. I mean, they've had some misses. They missed that corner with everybody outside of Travis from high school. Every single one. Ben Boozy, Malachi Murphy, like everybody. Cormani. So that's a shock. But overall, I think they've had a pretty good success rate with the high school kids. So we'll be watching them in the weeks to come. But I do believe heavily in the transfer portal, but there has to be a balance. Like,
okay, so let me ask you this then.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the top 5 guys outside of Juju and Seton, because they're easy?
Mm-hmm.
Who are the top 5 and Miller? Take Amarion, Juju, and Seton and just shelf them and say, if I'm the general manager and Coach Prime, it's what do you want? So if you leave, we are super fucked. So please don't leave. And whatever you want, I'm going to give you. And that's just the way it is. They are in the power position as a player. You very rarely get to hold the hammer. And when you do, Coach Prime be the first one to tell you this. You better swing that son bitch, and they're holding it. And I would tell them to swing it hard, regardless of this hometown discount bullshit that all the fucking idiots in the comments think is real. There's no hometown discount for fucking good football players, dog. That is a premium position in the world. You get paid when you're good, period. Shut the fuck up. It's not your money. Put those three aside. Who are the top 5 guys they have to keep?
CT first. Who you got?
I got Slaughter. I got Byard. I think Taufik Byard might be number 1, honestly.
You
I
gotta
got
keep
Londonderry. I got McPherson. Man.
The other Miller,
Maybe,
Gibson.
and I hate to say it. I want to say the running back, but they don't value the running
You
back.
don't use them.
And that's what I'm saying. So I hate to say, hey, running back, we need you to come back. But I would love for them to bring back. I would love for them to say, Dallin, we're going to prioritize you. Like we seen.
And then give you the ball 30 times.
We're going to give you the ball legit, right? Like, but then it goes, well, you still got this offensive coordinator problem. We don't even know what scheme you're going to be running. You promise you're going to run, but you never run. So I'm just going to say running back. I feel like it, but that'd be my
I like that list.
The list he said 4. I can't name another one past that 4.
Like Gibson, maybe.
You don't have to. Like you
don't have to keep them. That's true.
But like guys, you have to keep Slaughter, Byard, McPherson, and Merritt. And I can tell you right now, all 4 of those will not be there. I can tell you that for a fact.
Oh my God!
Oh God! No way!
I'm not saying. I'm saying that entire 4 won't be there. Some may say. But I know one of those names for sure got told he wasn't wanted. So
I can confirm that at least one of those names is he's right, son of a bitch.
One of those names that will not be there.
One of those names is definitely on the outs.
That's a problem.
Okay, so that sucks. The guys that we all said we need to keep, apparently all of them are not going to be here anymore. That sucks. Okay. All right. You're the general manager. What do you do with this coaching staff? Because, bro, there's a ton of movement in college football right now. People are getting hired and fired all over the place. I'm talking to a new coach here and a new coach there. And I just got promoted to online coach here, and I'm doing the OC here, and I'm moving here, and I'm going there. And coaches are moving, and everybody's moving, and no one is doing shit in Boulder. No one's been fired. All that happened was Coach Falk went to Southern. He didn't take anybody with him. Everybody's still on staff. I heard that they're docking everybody's pay 20%, but Prime's isn't, which I'm not in charge of the finances. With the deficit that they have, I'm sure they are docking everybody's pay. Again, they said there were going to be major changes. There's been nothing. The longer they wait, unless there's like a Rolodex of old coaches that aren't coaching that they're just going to bring in to coach.
Out.
There's nobody to hire. Everybody's going to be hired already. This is why I said a week ago, I don't think they're going to fire anybody, and they haven't. What's happening, man? I'm trying so hard to be positive. This shit is not working.
Well, the problem is, one, I expected changes to be announced before signing day. That wasn't. And the portal opens in January. Here's a secret. The portal's open now. All the negotiation and stuff is happening right now.
Right now, so yes.
Teams are knowing who they're already filling up roster spots and knowing, okay, as soon as the portal opens, we're getting this guy, and so forth. So players are knowing where they're going to be going. So the longer you take to say, hey, I know our offense was trash. Here's our new OC. By then, these players are like, oh, I'm already going over here to Baylor. Yeah. So it's too late.
I'm going to play for Arkansas
a while ago. Like that, time is of the essence, and it seems like they're not moving with a sense of urgency at all. CT, what would you?
Yeah, I agree with you there. I feel like they should have started firing in the season. Honestly, I'm like, we don't even got to wait to the end of the season.
Just to let people know change would be coming.
Change is coming. Like because one transfer portal window, right? And then you do so bad in the transfer portal window, you needed the head start. You can't show up to the transfer portal window and say, hey, we got all our coaches back. They took a 20% pay cut. So now I got to go look back at this 3-9 season and say, what in my right mind believes, and you perform bad in the transfer portal window, that you're going to do better. Like, Like, what are we talking about here?
And now you signed 11 high school kids, so the transfer portal has to be a grand slam. It can't be a home run. Like, you have to win in the transfer portal.
Like we said, 60. That's on the low bar too. Like
I'm telling
you got to fill a roster.
I wish I could show stuff, but I don't show. Like, people don't understand how much gets protected from what gets put out. I never.
There's a ton of information that, like,
we never put players' information out there. I didn't speak on the Brandon and Colton Hood stuff till after the season, even though they wanted me to say it way before. I said, no, y'all go do y'all thing, and when it's time. But as a GM, you got to fire. I really want a new OC for sure, and all his guys. You bring in all your coaches. DC.
I would give Livingston another chance.
And if you give him another chance, fire all the assistants and let him bring in.
They're not his anyway, right?
You got to get it. Look, I understand Stapp and Pecco were great players, but I need somebody that can.
You got a coach
that's going to recruit defensive linemen on top of, like, you got to keep Merritt and McPherson and then develop them into the NFL talents they are. And apparently both of them are leaving, and son of a bitch.
Oh, man.
Look, I will say this. You two do a fucking great job.
I think a little choppy.
Always do a great job with the film breakdowns. You're on top of your shit. There's never any lag. You say you're going to do something and you do it. I know this because the players trust you. And look, I understand people gravitate towards coaches in college football, but you want to know what a team is like, go talk to the players. Because the players are the ones that run shit. The players are the ones that are, if on good teams, the players are the ones that run shit. The players are the ones that, handle the discipline of other players. The players are the ones that set the tone. It's when you hear good things from other players about, you guys, it resonates a lot with me. I just really appreciate what you guys do, man, and shining light on it. And I wish that there would be more give and take. Like, my last question is very simple. Why the sensitivity towards the truth?
Why? I think a lot of people haven't been in this situation. It's like a lot of people wouldn't consider me a good friend because, like, if one of my best friends was late to a meeting for football, I'm not going to cover for you because
you're late.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold you accountable. But they think good friends is, oh no, his car broke down. No, that's not helping your friend be better. That's not helping them do the right stuff to get where they're supposed to get. So that's why people have the issue with the truth. And I did see. Okay, that's
so, fellas. We got some breaking news here. So, Matt, do me a favor. Can you refresh, because you're a little choppy here on our end, but we got some breaking news here coming out of Colorado talking about offensive coordinator hires, etc. So apparently CU is targeting Brennan Marion, pioneer of the go-go offense here from Sac State head coach. That's massive news here. I don't know. I guess Pat's gone. I've heard no news about Pat, but they're apparently targeting Brennan Marion as their next offensive coordinator.
It's not confirmed yet. They're going after him.
Well, yeah, that's it. That's why I said targeting.
So somebody in Sacramento, a reporter said, multiple sources tell me that head football coach Brennan Marion has informed his staff that he is leaving Sacramento State to join Colorado.
Good.
Well, that's massive fucking news.
That would shock me because of what he did. He's a head coach at Sac State, and Sac State has money and are on the rise. And
that is true. They are spending.
I'd be shocked to see him take a step down to be an offensive coordinator.
Especially after Lewis did it and then got shafted the way he did. That was one question I wanted to ask. Like, it seems like the only coach that's ever given Prime any blowback, and like, really, I know he really, really tried to coach Shedeur hard, and Shedeur didn't like it. He didn't like that shit.
Right.
And then he got fired, and Pat stepped in, and Pat was like, well, this is a nice retirement gig. I'm just going to go with the flow. And it worked, I guess. Yeah, I would be shocked, too, for somebody to step down from a head coach salary. Also, I don't know if you're making more as a head coach at Sac State or a coordinator at CU. That's about a $750,000 minimum job, I think. So Yeah,
That's
I'd be a little surprised too.
That
I will.
From what I
say this,
know
though.
about him, that'd be as close to an A higher.
Oh yeah, if this does
That is
happen,
gonna run the ball.
That makes me a lot
That's
more
what
like
That would be as close to an A higher as
Shit,
you can
yes.
get and be
That's
able
gotta
to
come with an
actually
assistant head
turn
coach.
it
Yeah,
around.
and
Like,
look,
we were thinking who
look,
the hire,
you
that was
see
my
how
first
fast all four of us started fucking congratulating everybody for doing a good job. Good job. This is a great hire. No negativity.
Exactly.
This,
Yeah,
yes,
hey,
hell
that's
of a-
good.
positivity.
What you want. Hey, I'll take this over anything about bringing anybody back from the staff.
Yeah, that
This
would
is
be
great.
A.
You're moving in the right direction.
A
And I'm
higher.
sure somebody coming from that position saying, hey, I got to bring my own guys. I got to teach my own off. Like, this is
Exactly.
non-negotiable stuff. And
Yeah.
I think that, that's showing that, hey, Prime is changing.
Yeah. That's the silver lining because
He's
he
gotta be able to bring
invented
his
the
own
global
staff.
offense.
A
So
new
can
offense.
he have his guys, or does he have to be like Charles Kelly, have the most complicated defense known to man, the Saban tree defense, and have to teach it to the players and the coaches
and the coaches.
and
yeah.
try to? So that's the silver lining. But
So
other than that,
this seems
that's
to
an
me
A.
like he's
Good.
hiring a head coach so he can come, so Prime can step back and CEO
CEO.
this shit. And then the head coach can run the offense and run
Mhm.
practice and do everything he needs to do. If this is true and this is happening, I'm with it. I hope it happens. Great job, CU, if that's what you did, Coach Prime. Tip of the cap for relinquishing some power, bro. That's a good
Yeah.
thing.
I agree.
It's a good thing. So yeah, let's pray to God that this is not fake news.
and I did hear that
It's-
he
no,
was.
that's real news.
I heard he was supposed to be the original OC for Colorado before Sean Lewis. They were trying to get him and Byron Leftwich, and neither one of those worked out. So this will be exciting. This will be really, really exciting.
Got to go learn that
And-
stat. Go off.
and it's so funny. Like, people are just so stupid, man. Like, I see people saying stay on that side. There's no sides when you're unbiased in your
No side.
If you have a bad play, I'm gonna tell you it's a bad play. If your next play a good play, I'm gonna say that was a hell of a play. It's not, oh, you had a bad play right now, so no matter what you do. No, that's what suckers do. Opinions change based off of new
Information.
So when
That's a fact. That's a
If I
fact.
see
Hey,
you
I'll tell you
playing
one
better,
thing. The wide
BJ
receivers
Green,
started blocking
I
down
will
the field.
in on BJ Green for his effort at Arizona State. Did a whole video when he was at Colorado praising his effort because it improved, it changed. That's what real football and real evaluators do. So this is a huge step for Colorado, and that's that's an A higher for sure.
A higher.
Facts.
Amen. Kick ass. I'm glad we
I
got to
agree.
end this on positivity.
Yeah.
Tell everybody how they can watch you, how they can subscribe, all the Twitter information, all the online information. You guys do such a great job. I want to make sure that everybody watching us is watching you.
At Buffton Prime on Twitter, on YouTube, on Patreon. Patreon is where we do private lives. We have the All 22 for Colorado. We're getting ready to have Matt on so we can do a breakdown with him. And shoot, now it looks like it's time to start studying some Sac State in this go-go
Amen.
offense. So that
Amen.
we
Here
can
we
see
go.
what
It
begins.
I dig this shit.
and right now on Patreon, pretty much every day going forward, it's going to be Portal Lives. So what Portal Lives are is we're in there live with our Patreon members, and they shooting out names, and we're watching all these guys in the portal, grading them, and so forth. So if you want to know who's going to be balling before everybody else, you got to tap in. And man, we appreciate y'all.
Facts.
Appreciate
You guys are the best.
You guys
Thanks for so much for coming on again.
Appreciate you.
Always.
Appreciate you.
I'm holler at you, Matt.
You know it.
All right, be safe, fellas. Appreciate y'all joining. Shout out to the boys at Buffton Prime for joining the show. Great interview, Matt. That's massive news. Matt, before we close out of here, can you refresh real quick so we can, because you're kind of choppy, audio's going in and out, but we'll get our picks here for Thursday Night Football. And
What
we'll
do
go
you
ahead and
mean
close out the
refresh?
show here, my man. Just refresh the page that you're on for StreamYard real quick, my man.
Like, close it?
Yeah, just go just go in and out because it's all choppy and stuff. We can't really see you. There we go. Pound the like, but fuck that Brendan Marion news. That's some massive fucking news here. I mean, you're sitting here thinking about who you can get as an offensive coordinator. It's getting late. I mean, this is December 4th here. That is a massive. I mean, you can't get any better of a hire than Brendan Marion there. So we'll see how this develops here. But Matt, let's roll here. Let's get to our Thursday night picks here. This show is brought to you by FanDuel. And Matt, the Lions are 3-point favorites against the Cowboys. Who you got tonight? Totals 54.5.
You know, I think Detroit is kind of missed their window a little bit. And I think maybe the offensive genius went to Chicago. And Dan Campbell's kind of hanging on for dear life right now. I think they're good, but there's just something about them on defense that looks a little leaky. Losing both coordinators hurt. I'm taking Dallas tonight, bro. I think Dallas is on a fucking heater right now, and you don't leave the table on a heater. So I'm taking Dak and Dallas. I think they'll outscore Detroit tonight. I take the over and probably a couple of touchdown scorers, and I think it'll be a pretty entertaining, high-flying Thursday night game. This isn't like other Thursday night games. Both these teams played on Thursday last week, so this is a week-long get-right for a Thursday night game. So I think it's going to be a really good one.
I think it's going to be a hell of a game. Give me the Lions. I'm on the opposite here. I think at Ford Field, at home, I don't know. Everyone is rolling with the Cowboys. This is Detroit's season here. If Detroit loses, they're about to go on a major, major skid, in my opinion. I don't think they let that happen. I think they run the football with their two running backs, get Jameson Williams the ball out in the perimeter, and find a way, hopefully, to stop Dallas's weapons, Pickens, CeeDee Lamb. Give me the Lions -3, and I'd lean under on the total of 54.5.
You hate overs.
What's up?
You hate the over, dog.
I love overs in college, Matt. Prime time Thursday night football over 54.5. Ooh, it's a lot.
They've had a whole week. They've had a week. It's not a 3-day Thursday night game. It's a week-long Thursday night game. Both defenses are
my mind at all. If anything, no, I don't change my mind at all, dude. I don't know. I'm give me the Lions. Give me the under. I think it gets close to that number though. But 54.5 prime time, Matt. I don't know, dude. I'm not fighting the poison there. What a show. We'll be back tomorrow here, 0 to 60, the premier show for Colorado Buffaloes football coverage. Brennan Marion, apparently is next offensive coordinator at CU. That's massive news. Matt, any closing thoughts before we get out of here? Can't wait for tomorrow's show here because we might be talking some go-go offense.
I really, really hope to God that this happens, that this guy is the OC moving forward. If he's not, then I guess we'll see, but that would probably be pretty detrimental news if he doesn't. Come on, you don't want to project that and then have it not happen. That would suck. Buffton Prime once again dropping that. Merritt, McPherson, Byard, and Slaughter are all going in the transfer portal. That it hurts my heart a little bit. My chest almost seized up when you said that, which means if you're Juju, Miller, and Seaton, what does that mean for them? I'm very interested to see what this goes. I hope that this hire can save some of this.
Me too.
We'll see.
Me too.
Look,
me too.
You can think whatever you want about support. I think the worst thing you can do if you love something is just blindly agree. If you have a child and you don't give a Tiffany fuck what that child does, your child's going to end up being a spoiled, contentious fucking brat. You got to be hard on your kids in order for them to turn out to be good, functioning adults. Period. The world's full of motherfuckers telling them that they can just do whatever they want, and you can't. It doesn't work like that. So if you can't criticize what you love, you don't love that shit. And there's nobody that bleeds black and gold like me. Not a fucking person. So look, I will continue to try and help, but at the same time, if it's not reciprocated, you're just jerking off in a sock. And this ain't fucking 6th grade no more, dog. So let's be real here.
Yeah.
Okay. The opportunity to corral good players in the state. What Buffton Private and Cal just said is fucking real. There's no pride. They don't bring anybody that cares about the logo. They only care about what they're being sold. And we've got to fix that in order for this place to be what it really can be. It needs to be a combination of two great things. What Coach Prime is bringing to the table and what Colorado can already have at the table. Combine the two, and you will win tons of games and dominate the Big 12. Neglect half of it, and you will watch everybody leave this place, and you have to play them to win the Big 12. And it, you know, I'm very eager to see what happens in the portal. I hope that they're wrong, but shit, bro, like, I doubt that they would just say that to say it. So we shall see.
We shall see, but I can't wait to discuss tomorrow Brennan Marion hire, because I think that's massive news for Colorado. And like you mentioned, hopefully it can help keep some players here and not have Colorado lose all of their studs here, Matt. Folks, pound the like button, subscribe, become a member of the Dungeon family today. We'll be back tomorrow here. We got a lot to talk about. Enjoy Thursday Night Football. Dallas, Detroit here. I got the Lions -3. Matt's rolling with the Cowboys here. It's going to be an unbelievable game. Man, it's going to be a fucking hell of a show tomorrow, too. Tune in, same time, 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m.
Just to let everybody know where we're going. From CSU. Yeah, I can't wait to meet with you next week. Come up. I'd love to connect, talk some kids, and take over the state recruiting wise.
Oh, shit.
So,
that's
again,
a PSA to the Buffaloes, too. Like,
understand something. My job is to help my clients. There's no jerking off in the sock thing. That we're not in 6th grade anymore. You know, go out into the world and find something to fuck. Don't fuck your sock. Right now, we're sock fucking up in Boulder, and that's not going to work.
That's a great analogy, man. Wow.
If you are putting Jergens into a sock, that is bad. And if it's an ankle sock, that's equally worse. That's 2 problems.
You have such a way with words. To all the supporters, thank you. We hit 18,000 subscribers, and we cannot thank you all enough for the support.
I'm not saying I ever jerk off in a sock. I'm saying that I've heard that other people had. Just, you don't even know how I know. You don't even know how I know.
Asking about your fucked up analogy. That made sense, but oh boy.
I even got a Jesus from Bree. She's up in stairs. All I heard was Jesus. So it's okay. Fuck, man.
Bree, we're sorry, Matt, or I'm sorry, we're sorry for Matt, or whatever. Pound like, button, subscribe.
Thigh highs at the McChesney household. We jerk off in thigh highs. What? Sorry.
What has happened to the show?
I don't know. It got weird, okay? We've been on here for an hour and 17 minutes. The last 2 minutes got a little weird. It's okay. Fuck it.
Great show. I love where this show goes. It always ends up in some weird corner pocket.
Don't piss off the new coach. Get fucked.
Holy shit. I'm not worried about that. Pound like button, subscribe, become a member of the Dungeon family. We will see you tomorrow and see what Matt's doing next. Look at that real detail there. Pound the like button, subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Mountain. 0 to 60, the premier show for Colorado Buffaloes football coverage, brought to you by the Believe Network and FanDuel. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Sticking feathers in